All right, folks, our special guest referee for this midget match is Gary Lumpkin, a local celebrity here in Minneapolis. He's best known for being on KSTP's Good Company.
Good Company? Well, that's certainly not what anyone was saying about the AWA at this point.
More like, hey, is this company still in business?
And let me just say, I don't know what little Mr. T is doing here. The guy's got no business being a celebrity. He didn't go to the Olympics like I did, didn't train in the barn, didn't come up the hard way. He's just a stuntman, for crying out loud. Does TV shows, works on the A-team. And frankly, he deserves to be made fun of.
Yeah, Vern. He probably thinks working pro style means getting tossed around like a rag doll on the A-team. He's a stuntman pretending to be tough.
He said he deserves to be made fun of more than a cat in a dog park. He's all bark, no bite.
Here comes Gary Michael Campetta with this classic intro. You know, he starts every match with wrestling fans like he's trying to figure out who in the arena actually came to watch wrestling.
Little does he know, the non-wrestling fans are easy to spot. They're all dressed in blue, and by blue, I mean, they look like empty seats.
Must have been Halloween, Greg. The arena's dressed up as half full.
Yeah, and the only treat the crowd got tonight was some free popcorn while waiting for a show that's so dead, even the chairs wanted to leave.
Oh, and now Capetta's really on a roll. Did you hear that? He just announced Little Tokyo as being from Chicago. Pretty sure Tokyo, Japan, and Chicago aren't exactly neighbors.
You know, it's like watching a lost tourist trying to navigate a wrestling show. Somebody get him a map.
Well, if this match doesn't pick up, we might need to get a map to find our way back to some actual excitement. All right, folks, stay tuned. There's more action coming your way. Let's hope the next match brings us a little more good company and a lot less confusion.
Hey, yeah, I'm picturing Little Tokyo walking into a Chicago deli like, or hold the wasabi, I'm here for the Italian beef. Meanwhile, everyone else in Chicago is wondering, did we miss a city meeting where this guy became official?
Y'all look at him. He's pointing to his chest with that big goofy smile like, yep, that's me, I'm from Chicago. Meanwhile, the actual Chicagoans are shaking their heads.
Oh, and if you think that's funny, take a look at Campetta himself. Does anyone else think that he looks like one of the actors from Nightmare on Elm Street 3, the Dream Warriors?
Oh, you're right, Joe. He looks just like Will Stanton, the guy who becomes the Wizard Master. I half expect him to grab the mic and say, in this corner, weighing in at infinite power, it's me, the Wizard Master.
Wizard Master!
And here we go, folks. It's Little Mr. T and Cowboy Lang taking on Lord Littlebrook and Little Tokyo at Wrestlerock86. A truly unique match, to say the least.
Yeah, Ron Trongard's already calling it entertaining. No two ways about it. Not because of any dazzling technical wrestling or high-flying maneuvers, but, well, because they're little people. Oh, classic 80s logic, huh?
Ron really leaning into the novelty act angle here. I mean, come on, Ron, they're wrestlers, not a sideshow attraction.
Yeah, but let's face it, Ron is the carnival, and if this match feels like it belongs in a carnival, well, that's probably why.
You know, say what you want, but these guys are definitely giving the crowd their money's worth. It's goofy, it's chaotic, and honestly, it's exactly what you expect from Wrestlerock.
Well, let's see if Campetta manages to get anyone else's hometown wrong tonight. At this rate, he might say Lord Littlebrook is from Brooklyn.
Hey, stick around, folks. This one's just getting started. And with Ron Trongard at the mic, anything can happen. You know, this whole match feels like a joke. These guys are clowns who probably belong in a carnival. And let's be honest, Ron isn't just the carnival announcer. He's the Ferris wheel, the funnel cake, and the guy running the rigged ring toss, all rolled into one.
Yeah, apparently that's exactly what convinced Vince McMahon to hire Ron Trongard as a WWF commentator. I mean, who wouldn't want a guy who sounds like he's narrating a county fair tractor pull calling a championship match?
Proper language of commentating, right? And now, ladies and gentlemen, here comes Hulk Hogan on his John Deere, ready to go coast to coast on this tractor pull.
And here we go, Little Tokyo with a headlock takeover, and Ron's already chiming in with coast to coast, border to border.
Coast? What coast, Ron? It's like he's reading off a travel ad for AAA instead of calling the match.
Next he's going to tell us to visit the Grand Canyon while we're at it. Coast to coast, border to border. And don't forget to book your trip now.
Lord Littlebrook tags in now, and a knee lift drops Oh, there it is, a classic crotch stomp from Littlebrook.
Well, of course, while this is happening, we've got to keep feeding Ron lines about how great the AWA is. The strategy's simple. The more he says the AWA is great, the more they hope we'll just believe it.
Yeah, Dad, because if you say it enough times, it magically becomes true. Forget the evidence. Ron's on the mic, so it must be real. Look at this. Littlebrook follows up the stomp with, what was that, a primitive dab into his elbow? Well, that's something.
Hey, give him credit. It's probably the most innovative thing we've seen in this match so far.
Wait a second. What's with these noises? It sounds like someone plugged in an Atari mid-match.
Continuing to maintain the hold.
Yeah, what's next? Are we going to hear game over when someone gets pinned? Who's running the soundboard tonight? Pac-Man?
Continuing to maintain the hold. Game over, man. Game over.
Maybe this is the AWA's idea of staying relevant in the 80s. We can't give you great wrestling, but here's some random bleeps and bloops to keep you entertained.
Continuing to maintain the hold.
Oh, my ears. Oh.
Well, folks, stick around. There's plenty more where this came from. If you're into carnivals, video game sound effects, and questionable commentary, you're in the right place. And then out of nowhere, because it's the AWA, strange 80s bleep noises start blasting through the loudspeakers. It's like a video game glitching out.
Continuing to maintain the hold.
Oh, my freaking ears.
No explanation at all. Just the perfect soundtrack for the AWA's patented "what the heck is going on" aesthetic.
Probably both, Joe. At least Pac-Man has a plot.
And there's the tag to Little Mr. T. My, oh my, he's looking a lot beefier than the last time we saw him.
Beefier? Vern, either he's been hitting the weights or he actually swallowed a dumbbell.
Yeah, what do you think is behind little Mr. T's new physique? Wheaties are working out?
Oh yeah, he's definitely working out great because let's be honest, lifting a spoon to your mouth repeatedly counts as an arm day, doesn't it?
Oh, wow, the hits just keep coming from the production department. Now we've lost a ring light, and the apron is so dark it looks like the wrestlers are auditioning for a role in The Dark Match Rises.
Or maybe we're setting the mood for Little Tokyo's next finishing move. A surprise attack from the shadows.
Here we go. This is always a fun one. Little Mr. T gets hung up on the middle rope, and Lord Littlebrook comes over to stand on his head on the apron. Classic move.
Then Lane gets thrown in for the same treatment. But wait a second, what is Lord Littlebrook even doing there? He's not standing on them properly. He doesn't have their head between his legs.
It's like he's sort of riding them up. I don't know, it's weird, but hey, this is the AWA. Weird is part of the charm, right?
Right, Greg. Stick around, folks. There's more action, more glitches, and maybe even a few working lights coming up next.
I mean, is this wrestling or are we watching a really weird trust exercise?
Maybe it's both, Joe. Nothing says teamwork like confusion.
Lang gets tossed in, Little Tokyo gets thrown into the pile, and then, oh, there it is, lumpkin bumps. Why? Who knows? Maybe only the wrestling gods can explain that one.
You know, Tokyo hits the match so slowly, it's like watching a tree fall in slow motion. Timber! And look at Lord Littlebrook. He's staring at the whole scene like, did I just do that, or that physics decided to take a smoke break?
Now Tokyo's shoving the referee, tags in Lord Littlebrook. And, oh, here we go. Lord's just randomly yelling, "Shut up," at the fans. It's like he's auditioning for the role of angry neighbor in a sitcom.
You know, at this point, the only thing louder than the crowd is his frustration. Someone get Lord Littlebrook a megaphone and a lawn to yell from.
And there's the classic foot rake across the face. Listen to Ron Trongard. He's calling it a rake across the frontal lobe.
Oh, sure. Because when you rake the forehead with your boots, you're not just hitting the skin. No. You're going straight for the brain matter.
Forget the outer nerves and the flesh. Trongard says you're attacking what's inside the skull. At this rate, Ron might have a side gig as a neurosurgeon.
Now, Little Mr. T goes for the full Nelson. He's got it locked in tight, and here comes Tokyo.
Yeah, if Tokyo couldn't break the hold, he figured he'd at least break some common sense.
Well, folks, this match has gone off the rails, and we're just along for the ride. Stick around. There's more action coming your way, and who knows what's next. Lang gets the hot tag, and here we go. He's running the crisscross.
Oh, now he's doing the Jimmy Snuka hand clapping every time Tokyo makes a pass before it connects with a move. Seriously, where did this tradition come from? Is this wrestling, or are we watching the world's strangest clapping tutorial?
Maybe it's Lang's way of adding rhythm to the match, Joe. You know, like a human metronome.
Lang hangs out to little Mr. T, and now Lord Littlebrook is back in. Meanwhile, Ron Trungard is reminding us again that the AWA is the major leagues of professional wrestling.
Not once, but twice, Joe. At this point, Ron is like the Mystery Science Theater 3000 soundtrack to his own match. Every time he repeats that line, I'm just waiting for the robots to start mocking him.
Backdrop from Tokyo on Mr. T, and here's Ron again. Mr. T felt that from the top of his head to his wrestling shoes.
At that point, even Mr. T's shoes are thinking, what did I sign up for this?
Look at this. Mr. T's got Little Tokyo up for a crazy airplane spin, and he drops him with something resembling an attitude adjustment.
Lord Littlebrook breaks it up, but Mr. T's not done. He grabs Littlebrook, spins him around, and dumps him too. Oh, and now Littlebrook accidentally hits Tokyo. What a mess.
Oh, now they're doing that lucha libre style hold move, where everyone grabs someone else's limbs to form a weird circular pattern on the mat. What are we even watching anymore?
Lang decides that's not enough, so he grabs referee Gary Lumpkin too. At this point, Lumpkin's been hit by everybody in this match.
And yet he disqualifies nobody. Honestly, the only rule this guy seems to enforce is don't hit me too hard.
Yeah, at this rate, Gary Lumpkin's biggest contribution is surviving the match without needing medical attention.
And now for some reason they're pigpiling on referee Lumpkin. Is this his big contribution as a local celebrity to Wrestlerock, just getting squashed under a pile of bodies?
Yeah, pretty much, Vern. Lumpkin's out here trying to figure out which way to raise his hand. But let's be honest, this guy doesn't know how to admonish or disqualify anyone. At this point, he's less a referee and more of a wrestling prop.
And yeah, the only thing he's enforcing is gravity. Hold on. Did you see those wild-ass Midwestern mullets in the crowd? They're here in full force tonight.
You know, well, Gray, when he mixes wrestling and mullets, it's a perfect combo. Business in the front, chaos in the back, just like this match.
That's the AWA for you, where the crowd's hairstyles are just as entertaining as the action in the ring. Lang hits the scissors roll, and there's the 1, 2, 3. It's over. And look at that guy in the white hat. He just leapt to his feet like he's seen a miracle.
Calm down, buddy. It's not the moon landing. It's just a roll-up.
Yeah, I half expect him to start waving a victory flag or something.
So there you have it, folks. Little Mr. T and Cowboy Lang defeat Lord Littlebrook and Little Tokyo in 10 minutes and 1 second here in the second contest at Wrestlerock86.
Christ almighty. 10 minutes and 1 second. At least they didn't have a short match.
For midgets, they went a little long, don't you think? They're cutting into my time here. Pretty soon, my segment's going to turn into a late night special instead of the main event.
Well, folks, stick around. We've got plenty more action coming your way. Mullets, chaos, and maybe even a referee who knows how to do his job. Well, that midget tag team match clocked in at 10 minutes, and it felt like at least 5 of those were spent in rest holds.
Seriously, Vern, what kind of grade do you think that match is getting? It was like reheating leftovers. You've seen it all before, and it wasn't fresh or funny the first time.
Same old midget spots, Joe. None of it has made anyone laugh since dial-up internet was a thing. Let's just move on.
All right, let's talk about this so-called parade of local celebrities I have been rolling out between matches, and don't ask me to list them. I have no idea who they are. I'm just marketing for sympathy at the moment because my promotion sucks. You probably don't either, and honestly, I couldn't care less.
Yeah, one of them was a local horse owner. Yeah, really. That's where we're at. Welcome to Wrestlerock, where owning a horse qualifies you as a star.
Most of them got to play guest ring announcer because apparently that's the show's big gimmick. Yeehaw, I guess.
It's like I ran out of ideas and just started handing out microphones to anyone who wandered into the building. Oh, you're from Minneapolis? Perfect. Go announce the next match.
You know, at this point, I'm expecting the guy who refills the popcorn machine to get a cameo. That would actually be more entertaining.
Popcorn guy might have had more charisma than some of these celebrities.
All right, folks, stick around. There's more action on the way and hopefully fewer horses and reheated leftovers.